going to try something. It's going to be a little tricky. Let's see if we can do this. This is my brown colored, so it's called 12 gauge aluminum wire. This is also 12 gauge aluminum wire. This is copper colored. This is really made to look like bright copper, and this looks like antique copper. Neither of them are copper. They are both aluminum, which is a silver colored metal, as you know, with coatings. We have these coatings. But I got them both from Amazon. I'll put the link to this one. I don't know if I can find the link to this one, but this entire spool was only a few bucks. Really great. Anyway, let's get to this. This is going to play off of the video I did, I think, yesterday, but it's going to be more intricate and crazy. Let's see if it works. So I think we're going to start with, let's get maybe 8 inches of the brown or the antique copper color. And whether or not it's exactly 8 inches, let's just base the other one off of it so we can have two that are identical. Ooh, that got a little weird nick in it. Okay, just like yesterday, we're just going to make a really tiny loop. And then we're just going to go pretty much right angle straight across. A little bit less this time. We'll go about 3.5 inches. And then we'll fold back. Oh, that's actually, I didn't cut enough for that. Let's do 3. Oh, that wasn't 3.5. Okay. Let's do 3 inches. I want to make these a little smaller than the others. Okay. All right, about 3 inches, 3.25 inches. And then we'll come back and do the second loop. It's a little too much. Where'd my good cutters go? I don't like using, oh, there they are. These good cutters I got as a gift. Hello. I think we'll cut it right there. Let's see. All right, that's good. Just enough that we can line those up later. All right. Now, make this a little tighter. There we go. Okay, so let's make 2 of these identical. Okay, get your block of metal or your anvil if you stole from the Keebler Elves, and get your cheap dollar store hammer and start hammering them out on a safe surface with some leather underneath and all that jazz, maybe on a concrete step, or whatever is safe and healthy. All right, get them nice and tight, nice and tight. They've shifted a little during the hammering, most likely, so just kind of get them back to close as nice and straight as you can. Don't be a stickler. Don't be crazy about it. Whoops. You want these to actually come together, so that needs a little more of a bend like that. You really want them to overlap. There we go. Now get yourself a nice skinny marker like a pen, and you want to start coming down at a diagonal. So maybe I came up too high with these. Let's roll them back a little bit. Make sure that they're overlapped good with a nice hole to get the jump ring in there. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go kind of diagonal. See how I'm holding that? And just press tight and just wrap. And follow it around as you go. Try to keep the 2 ends from getting too close or too far apart. Try to keep them even the whole way. This takes a little bit of finger strength and it slips a little, so just be nice to yourself, be patient, and just tell yourself that you're enjoying the process, even if you're not. Just tell yourself this is the most fun you've ever had. And, you know, if you lie to yourself enough, you start to believe yourself. It's a psychological trick. Sometimes if I go to the office and I forgot shoes, I just tell myself I have shoes. And I keep telling myself the whole way there, I didn't forget my shoes. And then when my boss asks why I don't have shoes on, I just look at him and I say, I know what I believe, and I know what you're trying to tell me. And I think I'm going to go with the faith in myself that I do have shoes on. And I can't really remember what happens after that because I think it's unpleasant and I just block it out. So I'm just going to assume it all ends well. All right. So we get this nice coil. Now you got to mess with it some more. It's more like sculpting than an exact mathematical certainty. So you just kind of play with it to get the coil finished out right. Okay. Right. Now you could do a fatter marker. You can do these longer. You can experiment. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing. You can really have fun and play around. Okay. And the only thing I see, this top part for this particular pair, I want the coil to come to the middle of this circle, if you picture this being a circle. So I'm trying to kind of pull this to the middle a little bit, maybe even just bend it, and you'll see why. Actually, I need the bottom part here to be in the middle, so maybe that coil has to close in a little bit at the top. Okay? And you can spread the coil out wider. You can have it be like an oval shape, like come out wide and then come, however you want to sculpt it. But in any case, look how nicely that rolls. See, amazing. All right, well, let's do the next one. Okay, this second one came out a lot better. I guess you just get better with practice. I don't know if that's a real thing, but I'm just going to say that's why it came out better. It's not because I made a mistake, because I really don't make mistakes. That's just a rumor that needs to be put to rest. All right, let's put these aside and get our bright copper color. Okay, I'm going to cut about a little more than 4 inches, about 4 1/4 inches. And again, I'm going to do 2. Make sure they're the same. This one we're going to do, again, teeniest, tiniest loop. You know, I'm going to use my round nose pliers for this because I want a really tiny loop. I think I could get a tinier loop that way. There we go. But I want this wire to come straight down from the loop, so that's not quite right. Just want a tiniest bend in there. Less of a bend. I only want a tiny bend. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Hardly a bend at all. Alright, there we go. About like that. Okay. Now, watch this. We're going to put this through here. We're going to line this up right underneath, this loop underneath the darker copper colored loops. We're going to come down and right about here, let's say, we want to, you'll see the magic that's about to happen. So I'm cutting off a little bit, so I didn't need that much. Let's cut the same amount off of here. So we're down to about 3 inches even now. So you didn't have to cut 4 1/4. 3 inches would have been better, or 8 centimeters. Do a little bend here and try to make another teeny tiny loop. See if we can do this. Just right. That one was faster. I always do the second one better. I still can't figure out why that is. I don't want to believe it's practice because I really don't make mistakes. But, all right. So, say about halfway down. Make a bend, a right angle. Enough that it's sticking out the bottom there. And swirl it backwards. Curly Q. Sometimes these round nose can get in tighter than the flat nose. The round nose are not as strong, so I wouldn't suggest that with copper all the time, but aluminum's pretty soft, and I'm going to make this a tighter swirl. All right, let's see. No, we can do more than that. We can do better than that. Let's bend it more and swirl it more. That's better.
Is this yours?
Okay, not horrible. Kind of okay. I think these might work. Let's hammer them. Atrocious. Let's see if they work. Okay. The hard part is going to be try to get a jump ring to go through there and there. Maybe I should have just had it come up and all three loops just go together. That might have been better. But I was thinking to have it less bulky, to just have it dangle right there. Yeah, now I made the swirl too high up for that. You need it down there. So let's see what we can do. Luckily, I have these giant copper jump rings that are just about the right size. I think they're 10 or 12 millimeter. If you don't have jump rings this big, I suggest either doing like 1 or 2 jump rings to connect, like a chain from here to here, or just make this piece longer and connect all 3 of them like that. But let's see if this works. Dun da da, the moment of truth. Okay, we're gonna put it through there, and then that doesn't work. Okay, let's try putting it through here. There we go. Through here. Through here. Let's try again. Through here. No. It's like a puzzle. It's like one of those 3D puzzles made to just make adults feel bad because they can't figure it out. All right. There we go. All right, it's in, but it's stuck. There we go. All right, I got it. It's coming. I did it, and close. And see if, it dangles. Yay. That's not totally closed. Sometimes you want to get in there tight with your 2 pairs of pliers. You always make sure your jump rings are totally closed. Always. Or you'll have problems. Now This video demonstrates how incredibly smooth I am under pressure. Have you seen me get angry yet? All right, now I'm going to say that this would be cool to put a couple extra jump rings like a chain instead of just the one, because then it will spin better. It'll have more fun. But I'm liking this so far. Let's see if I could get I'm turning off the camera. I don't want you to see any more of this frustration. Okay, these were way too much more difficult than I thought they'd be. What we learned from this: get a fatter marker than the pen, make bigger swirls, make bigger loops at the top than these tiny loops I made, because now we're gonna have to try to fit 2 more jump rings up in there, or 1 more on each to get our hooks on. However, I think it's gonna face the way, looks like it's gonna face the way we're only gonna need this 1 jump ring and then the hook. So if we can do this, we'll be done. The question is if. No, I guess if wouldn't be a question. The question would be, can we? Oh, yeah, that goes in fine. All right. I was getting a little too dramatic for a second. No, it looks like I'm going to need another jump ring because they're turning sideways now. All right. And the earring hook. You could use bright copper or dark copper colored hooks for these. I think the bright makes it look better. It's like it brings the whole contrast together of all the two colors. Voila! For some reason, they kind of remind me of music notes. Let's see if they actually work on somebody.